I have, having gone to a Christian university myself, put a great amount of value in a Christian higher education. I think that the young person's time period from 18 to 22, 23 is probably the most important time in a person's life, or at least for a lot of people it is. And I think there's so many foundational aspects that come into place at that time, spiritually, academically, relationally, that make that just a very important component. And I think Olivet does an absolutely tremendous job in setting the atmosphere and the tone for that whole experience. And we didn't have any doubt whatsoever in terms of confidence level to send our children there.
We have 4 daughters. We're blessed with 4.
Rachel and Sarah are both graduates here, and Abigail is presently a freshman, and Joanna will be an incoming freshman. We've always told them we think that it's important that you go where God directs you to go to college, not where we think you should go, and not in a career that we think you should do, but we want that to be your decision, and we'll help you make that decision, but ultimately that choice is yours.
Sending 4 kids to college, there's been a lot of restless nights with that. But really, when the first one, when Billy Joe went to college, we went to orientation, went through the whole process, and I, like every other parent there, that was the #1 concern. Money. How are we going to do this?
One thing we've really found out is that Olivet is so very good at giving scholarships.
Yes.
And there are people actively seeking out scholarships for our children. And they'll get a little note in their mailbox, you qualify for this scholarship. You know, fill out this application or write this note and get it into us. We want you to be able to stay here. We want you to come.
So it became not an issue of whether they were going to college, Christian college, because they were, but we had faith, we just didn't have the money. And so, but the faith thing kind of came about. God came through scholarships and just a lot of different ways.
And I think it's such an important aspect of why we choose to send our children to an institution of higher learning that's Christian, that differentiates it from a secular institution. Is it's costly to do that, and there has to be a reason why we're doing that. And I think that knowing that we have that Christian environment, that atmosphere, that leadership of someone like Dr. Bowling to set a tone makes that worth that difference that it costs literally.
And in reality, as we look back on the whole experience, I think that probably our kids have been able to come here to school with the scholarships they've gotten, the academic scholarships, and the loans and things for about the same cost that they could have gone to a state or a public university in Michigan.
We've gotten several phone calls from other colleges, and because of ATC scores and grade points, there, our girls will have said they'll earn a certain amount of money. Olivet beats every single one of them.
Even though college costs a lot, we feel like we're the ones that have benefited mostly from our kids going to Olivet.
I was so impressed at orientation with how deliberate everyone was about the students having a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. The emphasis of that weekend, I came away so excited about our daughters being there.
Being able to pass my children off to Olivet for that period of time has probably been the most substantial move next to dedicating our children that we've ever done.
Oh, most definitely it's been a great investment. We know that the RAs, the RDs invest their lives in our daughters' lives and help to mold their future as well. We think of the professors, and even yesterday we were visiting with some of the professors that our daughters have had before, and they're so excited to know and to continue that connection that they've made.
That's why our kids are at Olivet. We feel a connection from top to bottom, from football to nursing. Whatever it is, we feel there's a connection. We feel that no matter where our kids are in this, that they're being trained. And yeah, we've been rewarded 100-fold for them going to Olivet. So.
I think the best selling point of Olivet for us as parents is, quite frankly, the entire package. I think that when you look at the academic excellence, the spiritual component, the social and relational aspects, it all comes together and just makes a fine package. No other way to say it.
You look at the statistics on the hiring rates, or the students that are passing graduate school exams, professional exams right out of college. There's no denying that it's an outstanding academic environment.
I went to a parent question and answer seminar with about 8 to 10 professors. And so sitting there, I wasn't really going to answer any questions. I went for the coffee and I just wanted to sit and listen. So I was sitting there, and you know, the parent beside me, that was his big concern. He said, yeah, it's a great school. How am I going to afford it? And I thought, man, that's a question everybody in here is asking. So, but one of the professors said something that to this day is why all 4 of my kids are there. He said, going to a Christian school, Olivet, is a faith thing. And I thought, I don't have the money, but I do have faith. So right after that, a parent came to me and said, you know, I can't afford to send my kids to a Christian college. But God kind of impressed on me, he said, Gary, you can't afford not to.